You're on a path. You're here.
Alors, cette fois, on va suivre le fait de ne rien dire, mais tout du long.
You make your. We're not going to go through.
On va jeter un coup d'œil dans le miroir aussi, s'il y est.
The
Il y est
interior
pas.
of the cabin is almost the blade. You take the blade. The door to the basement creaked. Her voice.
Who's there?
She sounds. Don't let it fool you.
Continuez à descendre.
You're still
Voilà,
listening to
le
this.
silence est d'or.
You walk down the stairs. She's so coldly beautiful. Focus on the task.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
Prendre votre courage à deux mains et
You
continuez à
step
avancer.
forward. Your grip.
Oh,
En serrant la lame.
no talking then? Fine. What even makes you think you can kill me? I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if that knife is the only weapon you have, you'll have to get close enough to use it. So, you should just drop it. Best not to risk finding out what I can do.
Ok, alors je suis très curieuse, mais je veux toujours pas te tuer, moi.
She's unarmed. If you hesitate now, it'll be too late. End this.
Lâchez la lame, observe la princesse. Lâchez la lame.
The blade tumbles out of your trembling hands and drops to the floor with an unceremonious clang.
Jamais la tuer du moment qu'on a le choix de pas le faire.
Maybe now we can just talk.
Oh, bonne chance.
Against your better judgment, you step forward to speak with the princess face to face. Unarmed. We'll be fine. I don't know what you're hoping to accomplish here, but I can assure you there's no reasoning with her.
J'essaye pas de la raisonner, moi mon
Just
but
make
c'est de
sure you
rien
don't
dire.
forget about the blade on the floor. You're going to need it.
So here we are. What an awkward start to a
Par contre ça on a déjà
relationship.
eu un dialogue du coup. Bon, on a assez discuté.
Oh, have you decided what to do with me?
C'est le plus silencieux que j'avais.
You know why you're here.
Ah. Donc je peux pas juste rester silencieux tout du long et genre me barrer. Bon bah on va prendre ça, on l'a jamais pris. Je vais vous laisser enfermer ici encore un moment, le temps que je me décide. On peut toujours essayer d'apprendre à se connaître en attendant.
That seems like a pretty good compromise. Leaving her alive is too risky. If you don't deal with her soon, she will find a way out.
Elle tient sa menotte.
One way or another, I'm going to find a way out of here. You can make it easier for both of us if you help. And if you don't, I can promise that you'll come to regret that decision.
You have to make a choice. Let's hope for all our sakes it's the right one.
Elle est pas contente. Ah, j'ai pris ma décision, je l'enferme au sous-sol. Au sous-sol. Princesse scolaire.
I know you think this is a fair compromise, but it isn't. No one wins here. It's a chance we'll have to take. We can make this work. If we just stay here and keep watch, no one has to die.
You're making a mistake.
You turn your back to the princess.
Il y a eu un
and
bruit de
make
lame
your
quand
way
même.
to the stairs.
It won't
La
be
porte va
long
se
before
fermer.
I slip these chains. And once I'm out of here, there will be hell to pay for leaving me behind.
Slip these chains? She can't, right? She needed our help to get out of here. But do
On
you
va
hear the
douiller.
conviction in her
On
voice?
va douiller sévère.
I don't think she's bluffing. Either way, she dropped her mask, didn't she? You can still turn around and finish the job.
Non, bah non, non, non. Non, on s'en tient au plan,
You'll
elle
be the
reste
death of
enfermée.
all of us, but fine. Have it your way. You close the basement door, locking it behind you and quickly barricading it with the heavy wooden table that once held the blade.
On a choisi la fuite. La tuer, la sauver. Pourquoi? On fuit, c'est mieux, c'est plus simple.
We can make this work. You settle in against the far wall to
Oh
watch the
purée, ça
basement
peut être long
door.
ça.
It isn't long before you start to drift off, your eyelids heavy with fatigue. But sleep doesn't come. Instead, your rest is
On va
broken by a
tellement
piercing,
souffrir.
wailing voice calling out to you from the other side of the door.
I know you're still there. Why don't you make things easier on yourself and let me out?
De
It's
toute
not like
évidence,
this
ça
little
vient plus de
door
menottes.
will hold for very long anyways. It's probably a good idea to try to get back on my good side.
She sounds terrifying. Like she's less of the princess you saw and more like something out of a nightmare. As she violently rattles the door, you do your best to shut her out of it.
Oui, elle peut juste faire glisser sa main des menottes. Alors pourquoi elle la bouffe ou se la coupe dans deux? On sait pas.
Piece by piece. I won't forget what you did, and I'll never forgive it. You don't know the kind of enemy you've made tonight.
On est foutu.
It doesn't sound like she's getting any weaker. No, it doesn't.
Menacez-moi autant que vous le voulez, vous ne faites que soulager ma mauvaise conscience. Oula. Pendant tout ce temps, vous jouiez la comédie, n'est-ce pas? Vous n'êtes ni inoffensive ni innocente, vous n'êtes même pas une princesse mais un monstre. Ignorez-la et allez vous coucher. On l'ignore, on va se coucher.
Maybe the banging and wailing will stop if you just don't pay attention to it.
Je me demande c'est quoi la nouvelle
You
voix
put
qui
the
va nous
princess's
suivre.
threats out of your mind as best you can and huddle up against the wall.
Ça, j'aurais pas le temps de rentrer dans le chalet, elle me foncera dessus. Elle va
You
me faire un
jump awake
screamer.
in the middle of the night to silence in the cabin. The ruckus
L'ignorant.
has
Ah,
stopped,
peut-être.
and the door to the basement is ajar, its lock broken,
Le lâche,
and
sinon.
the table shoved out of the way. Where is she?
Derrière toi.
Thanks for
Ah
helping
non.
me get out of that awful basement.
Avec plaisir.
You try and stumble to your feet, but as the princess draws near, it's as though your body simply stops working.
Pourquoi elle est comme ça? Est-ce qu'elle est morte au sous-sol ou elle est sortie de son corps pour nous attaquer?
First your toes go numb, and then your feet, and then your legs. You lie prone on the floor of the cabin, unable to do anything but witness her approach. Whose side are you on? Yours, of course. But I have a duty to uphold the truth. Lying about the facts of the situation doesn't change them.
Ah, poltergeist.
So helpless. I can take my time with you, can't I?
She steps
Oh,
closer,
pour là où on en est,
one
je t'en prie.
silent footfall at a time, cocking her head in curiosity as you feel your organs shutting down one by one.
Or maybe I can't take my time with you. You don't look well. A little green around the gills.
La direction artistique, elle est dingue.
What a shame. If you'd only help me get out of here, we could have done such wonderful things together.
Your lungs stop drawing in breath, and your heart freezes in your chest. You have seconds left.
I'd say better luck next time. But we both know this is the end, don't we?
It can't be. This can't actually be how everything ends. I'm sorry, but it is. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Le cauchemar. Oh bordel. Je crois que j'ai peut-être pris une mauvaise décision.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end you're here to slay.
Ouais. Tournez les talons. C'est pas vrai. Je me suis engagée à t'abandonner. va encore me tuer.
People don't die twice.
Donc
I
elle
haven't
m'a
even
passé
met
une
the
bonne
princess,
décision.
and I hardly think she'd be capable of killing someone as skilled and courageous as yourself. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. Shh. What if he hears
Le
us?
parano.
That's a very good question, little voice. What if he does hear you? Shit. I think you'll find yourselves very hard-pressed to keep any secrets from me. Not that it matters right now, because like I said, this is the first time we've met. Still, I'd rather not get off on the wrong foot.
Moi, je m'attendais pas au parano non plus, mais en soi, c'est cohérent. Ah oui. Le chat est au mauvais emplacement. Ah, hop. Position. En haut à gauche. Admettons que je dise la vérité, que tout ça soit produit. Pourquoi? Oui, bon, bah avancez.
A warning before you go in. She will lie. I don't
Oui.
think lying and cheating,
Oui.
it doesn't matter. Don't trust anyone. The interior of the cabin is plain, the smooth wood of the walls almost featureless. The only furniture of note is a lone table, knocked on its side in the corner of the room. A pristine blade
regardez aux
stands between
fenêtres.
you and the
Ouais,
open,
elle est drôle de la voir.
inviting basement doorway. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Je crois que la lame ne me servira à rien,
What
narrateur.
happened to the door? There was a door here last time. It's just an empty frame. She's already gotten out, hasn't she? And she's ready for us. She's been waiting. Can't you feel her eyes on us? I'm going to need all of you to pull yourselves together. The princess has not already gotten out. But if you keep getting stuck in your head like this, you're going to struggle to get the job done. So deep breath in, deep breath out. Your task awaits, and only you can do it.
Toucher les différents, s'approcher du miroir, prendre... S'approcher du miroir.
You walk up to the wall next to the empty basement door frame. What are you
Ouais.
talking about? This isn't a wall.
Ouais. Essuyer le miroir.
You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. Did he make it go away?
Je suis sûre qu'il y a un truc avec ce
Something in there
miroir.
worth investigating if he wants it hidden so bad.
Un truc qu'il faut faire. Les ombres. On va pas prendre la lame. Hein.
The knife again. I don't think she's going to take an olive branch. We need something sharp.
On a un rameau d'olivier. Je veux avoir un rameau d'olivier maintenant. Bravo, paranoïaque.
You cross over the threshold and onto a series of isolated steps suspended in
Waouh,
darkness.
il y a des yeux.
More eyes, too. You never mention the eyes. The air seeping up from below reminds you of fresh lightning and static.
Oui, je
As
veux un
if you're
rameau
descending
d'olivier.
into a place that isn't meant for a creature of flesh and blood. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. Her cruel and playful voice prances up the
Cruel et
stairs.
espiègle.
I didn't think you'd come back. We're gonna have a lot of fun, you and I.
Est-ce qu'elle ressemble plus
Okay,
à ton
we
épouse?
need a game
Ah.
plan. Last time we were here, just being close to her was enough to kill us.
Oui. Peut-être pour les miroirs cassés. Comment? La paranoïa. Un des symptômes des personnes paranoïaques peut être l'impression d'être sans cesse observé. Je pense que c'est pour ça qu'il y a tous les yeux là, qu'il y avait les ombres derrière les fenêtres. Je vais lui parler, pas besoin d'élaborer de stratégie, je vais simplement la tuer. Monsieur le narrateur a l'air de penser que je peux y arriver. Pourquoi êtes-vous si pessimiste? Sauter dans le vide entre les marches. Continuez à descendre. Sauter dans le vide entre les marches. Wouhou!
You attempt to step off the stairs and into the pitch black surrounding them, but you're stopped by an invisible force. Why did you do that? What did you think would happen?
J'étais curieux. Oui, certes. Je sais pas, sombrer dans le néant m'avait l'air d'être une option bien plus enviable que celle de descendre les escaliers et mourir. J'ai peur, voilà tout. On me propose quand même de garder le silence. Ce qui était la première ligne de conduite que j'avais choisie. Pourquoi il a empêché? Parce que l'histoire... Miaou, oui, oui, c'est le petit chat. Enfin, un petit chat. Oui, tu miaules. Oui. Oui, fille. Miaou.
How
Allez.
would falling into an infinite void be better than anything?
Crois-moi, c'était la meilleure alternative.
You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. As you emerge, you find yourself between two loose rows of white wooden planks suspended in nothingness. A smattering of cobblestones visible against the inky black of the basement mark where the floor should be, forming vague pathways. At what seems to be the end of the room, they diverge in opposite directions, left and right.
À droite et à gauche, oui, tout à fait.
She could be anywhere, and there's nowhere for us to hide. We're completely exposed.
Bah, c'est classe.
Are you really not going to comment on how weird this place is? No, I'm not. Somebody needs to be the voice of reason here, and it certainly isn't you.
Comment tu veux être rationnel, là? Sérieux?
Excuse me, I'm being incredibly reasonable. You're the one who's just matter-of-factly describing whatever the hell we're looking at like it's an ordinary basement. We're going to die down here.
Un labyrinthe léger.
I want to die again.
Oh.
Please stop saying that. You're only going to make things worse.
En
Just
arrière.
pick a direction and start moving.
I wouldn't give it too much thought if I were you. It doesn't really matter. Because either way you go,
En arrière.
I'm going to find you.
I'm going to find you. Repartir en sens inverse.
You turn back to the stairs, only to find that they aren't there.
Il y avait droite, gauche et ne pas bouger. Et
A
repartir
faintly
en sens
outlined
inverse.
path lies before you.
There you are. I told
Oh,
you
wow.
I was going to find you.
Pourquoi vous vous êtes
As the
transformé
princess
en
approaches,
poupée?
your legs suddenly
Oh, elle
go
est
numb.
classe.
Your arms quickly follow.
Je kiffe le Cara design.
This is it, isn't it?
No little knife this time. It's almost like you want me to get you.
Elle est magnifique.
There has to be a way out of this. Think.
Faire demi-tour.
Do. Pull yourself together. She isn't supposed to be like this.
C'est la première
I
fois que tu
wonder
tires.
how many times I'll get to play with you before you break.
Your vision
C'est
cuts
excellent.
out as your blood begins to coagulate.
Ow! Qu'est-ce
It's as if every part of your being is coming to a lurching halt.
Ouais, qu'il le fait remarquer.
Lungs. Liver. Your lungs pull in a desperate gulp of air as your eyes shoot back open. Nerves. What are you doing? I'm working. Do you want this body to function, or do you want... And then experience stops once more as your body reapproaches death. Okay, whatever you were doing, please just start doing it again. You sure about that? Are you sure that's what you want? Or do you want to interrupt me some more? You have seconds left. Yes, I'm sure. Heart, lungs, liver. Again, your eyes shoot open as you gasp for breath. Lungs, liver,
Can't decide what you want to do, can you?
heart.
Bah... Ouais, non, actuellement, pas
Standing there
vraiment.
gasping like a fish is more fun than dead. Even if you look ridiculous.
Nerves. Lungs. Liver. She isn't attacking us. Why?
Bah, elle s'éclate, hein.
The why
On
doesn't
s'attaque tout
matter.
seul,
She's
là.
already proven her ill intent. Lungs. Don't lose sight of your mission. Nerves. Heart. And how are we supposed to do that? We don't have a weapon. Nerves. The way out of here is nowhere to be seen. Liver. That isn't my fault. Doesn't matter whose fault it is because fighting her isn't an option right now. Then you should get looking, shouldn't you?
Pourquoi vous ne m'achevez pas? À quoi je peux bien vous servir? Qu'est-ce que vous attendez de moi? Que s'est-il passé après ma mort? On m'a envoyé ici pour vous empêcher de détruire le monde, je peux pas vous laisser sortir comme ça. Fuir, oui! Vous êtes cinglé, vous en avez conscience, j'espère. Si j'accepte de coopérer, est-ce que vous pourriez au moins arrêter de faire dysfonctionner mes organes? Et si je vous tuais? Nous n'avons pas besoin d'être ennemis, on pourrait s'entraider. Je refuse de jouer à ce petit jeu, je ne vous aiderai pas à sortir et je n'essaierai pas de vous tuer, faites ce que vous voulez. J'ai compris, sortons d'ici. Partir ensemble? Très bien, vous avez gagné, je vais vous laisser sortir, partir ensemble. Fuir? Ah, partir ensemble. Ouais, mais lequel? Il y a tellement d'options. Là, j'ai compris. Ok. On va faire ça. Oui, j'ai aussi fuir, mais elle va me buter direct. Elle est trop chou.
No, I'm not going to let this happen. Before you can utter another word, your body stops moving, and, do you think you can just wrest control away from us? This body's barely functioning as it is. Doesn't the world end if we fail to stop her? Won't letting us die here just make it end faster?
Laissez-moi la faire sortir de là, là elle est contente.
Shit. With a flick of the princess's wrist, the stairs slide back into place. I can't believe you're making me watch you
Ouais,
damn
c'est cool.
everyone to torment and
Regarde comme elle est
oblivion.
choupie. Sortir
Come
ensemble.
on now. You don't want to be stuck down here.
Non.
The princess glides onto the stairs and beckons you to follow. If only you had a weapon, this would be the perfect opportunity to use it.
Non.
But we don't. We've already made our choice.
Oui. On est de la princesse poupée
Still
fantôme.
grab it on the way out.
Non. On est de la princesse poupée
You're not
fantôme.
wrong, but maybe you should let me handle the suggestions for the time being. Just focus on keeping us alive. Right. Heart, lungs, liver, nerves.
Suivre la princesse.
You step onto the basement stairs, following the princess as she ascends. Pins and needles punctuate your every step, an uncomfortable and constant reminder of your mortality. Is this really worth it?
Mais oui.
It's a choice.
Laissons-la sortir.
That doesn't justify anything. A terrible choice is still terrible. Nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs.
Make sure you keep up.
Liver.
We wouldn't want you to fall.
As if acting on instinct, you crane your neck and look behind you. There is nothing.
Il y a des yeux. Il n'y a pas rien.
The princess reaches the top of the stairs and taps on the door. Her head twists back in your direction, watching you with dead eyes as the way out creaks open. Don't forget that your pristine blade is still on the other side. You can still make this right. You can still save everyone. You can still save yourself from becoming her tormented
Ça va, le chat vous
pet.
dérange pas trop? Oui, toi.
There's no harm in us having a weapon. All it does is give us more options, and we are dangerously low on those right now.
Top, ça dérange pas.
Have you considered that maybe you could operate the autonomic nervous system for a bit? Everyone is trying to manipulate us, and I can only do so many things at once to keep us alive. Heart. Liver? Your body seizes violently as you regain consciousness on the floor of the cabin. No, no, no! You're doing it all wrong. You're supposed to do it like this. Heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart. I guess I have to do everything around here, don't I? Heart, lungs, liver.
There we go. Back with me where you belong. I thought you might have decided to break yourself just to spite me. It's better for you that you didn't.
Liver, nerves, heart, lungs.
Now we can get back to business. For starters, we won't need this where we're going.
Tout à fait.
The princess plucks the blade from the floor and tosses it
Parfait.
through the door behind you.
Impeccable.
It vanishes into the
Merveilleux.
inky black of the basement.
Merci, princesse fantôme poupée.
Guess we're not stabbing her in the back. Liver, nerves. I guess not. I'm going to fix myself a stiff drink. If I'm about to watch you hand the world to her on a silver platter, I'd rather not be sober.
T'en prie, narrateur.
You open the door.
Mais tout à fait, madame. À vos ordres. On ne veut rien faire d'autre. Sortir.
The doorknob twists in your hand, revealing the forested path beyond the cabin. You bastard. You've actually done it. You've actually doomed lungs.
Oh,
Liver.
au revoir.
It's so beautiful. I want to ruin it. But it's so cold, too.
Oh,
It's
petit cœur.
itching against my skin.
Heart. Lungs. Liver.
Why is it so cold?
Liver. Nerves. Heart.
Pas l'occasion de répondre, je ne l'aurai jamais.
And there's that mirror.
S'approcher du miroir.
This doesn't feel right. It's calling us. And not in a good way.
Alors, à quoi je ressemble ce coup-ci? Le miroir les force toujours à partir, mais vous devez voir ce qui se trouve là. Fin neutre, peut-être. Vous n'êtes rien. Ah bah oui, bon bah d'accord. Oh, si, je suis un corbeau. Vous ne pouvez pas être rien, vous regardez plus attentivement. Mais c'est impossible, vous ne pouvez pas être rien. Vous regardez plus attentivement et vous finissez par la voir, une silhouette cachée dans l'ombre juste derrière le reflet. Explorez, est-ce que vous êtes moi? Le narrateur! Te voilà! Puis une autre fissure se forme et une autre et encore une autre jusqu'à ce que le miroir ne soit plus qu'un tas de fragments. Vous êtes donc le narrateur, je me demande quand je vous rencontrerai enfin, je me demandais. Vous êtes quoi au juste? Est-ce que vous êtes comme moi? Si vous n'êtes pas moi, vous êtes quoi alors? J'ai un tas de questions à vous poser! Souffrez-vous lorsque des fragments de vous se désintègrent comme ça? Je suis désolée, je n'ai pas envie de vous détruire. Est-ce qu'on peut encore éviter ça si j'arrête de vous regarder ou de vous poser des questions? Chaque fois que je pose une question, c'est comme si un fragment était détruit. Faites-vous partie de moi ou mettez-vous l'extérieur? C'est vous qui m'avez envoyé au Xer la princesse. Pourquoi? Je vous ai rencontré à de multiples reprises. Avez-vous toujours été le même? Je n'étais pas censée voir tout ça, pas vrai? C'est quoi cet endroit? Où est-ce qu'on est? Hey! Vous êtes donc le narrateur.
Yes, I suppose that's my job, isn't it? You needed help after all, an objective voice to guide your blade. But you were never supposed to see me. I wonder how many worlds you've damned to extinction to fall this far.
Souffrez-vous lorsque des fragments se désintègrent comme ça?
Hurt. I don't feel pain, not physically.
Je sais pas. Je suis désolée, j'ai pas envie. Est-ce qu'on peut encore arrêter si j'arrête de vous regarder et de poser des questions?
There's no saving me now. Not that there's ever been much of me to save.
Faites-vous partie de moi ou m'êtes-vous
I'm not
extérieur?
a part of you. But that's all a matter of perspective, isn't it? From one vantage point I must seem wholly foreign, but from another, well, all the versions of me that have existed have collectively heard your every thought and driven your every action. If that isn't being part of you, then what is?
D'accord. Alors je rencontrais vraiment différents vous à chaque
You
fois.
were, and it was by both necessity and design. This construct
Oui, c'est embrouillant.
exists in many places at once. Anytime you failed, anytime you thought yourself dead, it would restart and shunt both your consciousness and hers into another world. But you'll be awake soon, and then it won't be able to work like that anymore.
Avez-vous le moindre argument pour votre défense pour justifier votre hubris?
I do.
Pourquoi pas?
The people out there are real. No matter what you do to them, no matter what you enable, I want you to remember that.
Après tout ce que vous nous avez fait subir, croyez-vous qui que ce soit mérite encore de vivre? Vous êtes quoi si vous n'êtes pas moi? Alors, vous étiez au courant à propos de la boucle, toutes les fois que je vous ai rencontré, vous avez nié son existence, pourquoi m'avoir
Perhaps
menti?
they thought that admitting to it would have pushed you to certain realizations that would have made finishing your task impossible. Maybe they were just in denial. I'm sure many of them were convinced that they had to be the first version of them you'd encountered. Anything else would have been too existentially unpleasant. For all I know, each of those other versions of me could have had entirely different understandings of how this construct works. Who's to say which of them are right and which of them are wrong, really? Except for me, I can tell you for a fact that I'm right.
Moi, ce que je sais, c'est que t'es un corbeau dans un miroir. Je n'étais pas censé voir tout ça, bah ça, il a déjà répondu. Et les gens qui vivent en dehors des murs de cette création sont-ils au courant de tout ça? Connaissent-ils vos véritables intentions?
Of course not. The only way this construct could function was if nobody knew what it was doing. But the bones of the universe are old. It's on the cusp of its dying breath, and the people out there are consumed with thoughts of oblivion. When the patterns are wiped from the sand, when the board is reset, who will remember them? All I've done is give them a chance to live outside of the shadow of the end.
Nous, si on le savait, on n'aurait pas joué. Non, si on...
Soon I'll be gone entirely, and you'll be left alone with your final choice. So allow me to make my final request. The princess contains death itself within her, but I wove you into being with all the power you need to destroy her
Ouais, quand il
forever.
continue de parler, mais qu'il ne mette pas le dialogue en même temps.
Slay her and rid the world of death and suffering.
Il veut toujours que je la tue, hein. C'est quoi ma véritable identité?
You're the long quiet,
Il est tiens.
the god I made to rid the world of death.
Si t'es capable de créer un dieu, comment ça se fait que tu peux pas te maintenir en vie? Il ne vous reste
So
plus
I
beaucoup
am,
de temps.
and so it was always going to be. I'm just an echo, and every echo fades away. You know what you have to do.
À l'instant où le dernier morceau de miroir se désintègre, vous percevez une acuité, avec une acuité accrue. Oh! T'as pas choisi de détruire le miroir, mais il se détruit tout seul comme un grand, c'est ça. The Long Quiet, trophée obtenu. Le narrateur avait raison, vous êtes la quiétude éternelle, un nouveau Dieu très puissant, et il est temps que vous ouvriez les yeux. Tout cela, c'est vous.